What's up guys, today I'll be showing you how to solve a 2x2 with the Ortega method. The Ortega method for 2x2 is probably the easiest way to get fast at 2x2. You can learn it even if you've never learned how to solve a 2x2 before, and even with a lot of practice you can average under 5 seconds. The first step is to figure out which face is the most solved and then finish off solving that face. Doesn't necessarily have to be the entire layer, just the single face. Now holding the solved face on the bottom, we solve the top face with one of 7 algorithms. And now that both the top face and the bottom face are solved, we solve the rest of the cube with one of 5 algorithms. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to make a face. So what you're going to want to look for is bars of one color, like these here. There's also one here, and I think that's all there are in this scramble. Usually on every 2x2 scramble there are a lot of bars, and you can really pick any of them for the time being, but you really want to look for the one that is the easiest to make. So I think on this scramble that would be the red one. So we can see that we can insert this piece into this face just by doing this. And then we can insert this piece really any way you want. Something like that, or something like this. But what you're going to want to do to get fast is not inserting the pieces one by one, but learn how to make the second bar and then insert it when that's possible. So you can see we can insert this piece like this to create the 3, but then that leaves a long insertion for this piece up here. So we can see that we can join these two pieces together like this, move them over, and then insert those to make a very fast face. Okay, same thing here on green. We could just insert this piece, something like this, but then that leaves a long insertion for this piece on the top. So what we could do in this case is, not messing up the bar, join these two pieces together, and then insert them to create the face. Now in some cases that's not really possible, or it's not the most efficient way to solve the face. So for example, this case on orange, we have these two pieces right here. We can see there isn't really an efficient way to join these two pieces together into a bar. So I would say in this case, we can just insert them one by one, insert this piece like this, and this piece like this, and we have a face. So in some cases, it'll be more efficient to solve the 2 bars and then join them together. And then in some, it'll just be easier to insert the pieces one by one. And once you practice more, you'll start to recognize which cases are which. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the algorithms. So first we have the 7 algorithms for OLL. If you see that you have one of the top color, yellow is my top color in this case, one of the top color facing up, and then the rest of the yellow pieces pointing in this sort of counterclockwise direction, you're going to want to hold the yellow piece that's up in the back right, and then do this algorithm. If you see that you have one yellow piece up again, but instead of counterclockwise, the yellow piece is going in a clockwise direction, you hold the yellow sticker in the front left, and you're going to want to do this algorithm. You see you have 2 yellow stickers facing up, and the 2 other yellows pointing this way. You're going to want to hold the 2 facing up on the right and do this algorithm. If we have the 2 yellow stickers facing up, but instead of the other 2 pointing this way, they're each pointing in opposite directions, again, holding the bar on the right, you're going to want to do this algorithm. If we see the 2 yellow stickers facing up are diagonal, I'm going to want to hold them like this, so one's in the back left and one's in the front right, and this yellow sticker is facing this way, and we're going to do this algorithm. If we see there are no yellow stickers facing up, and we have 2 facing the same direction like this, and the other 2 facing opposite directions, then we hold the 2 facing the same direction on the left and do this algorithm. we see there are no yellow stickers facing up, and 2 of them are pointing in opposite directions like this, we hold one of them in the front, one of them in the back, and do this algorithm. Now moving on to PBL, which stands for permute both layers. We've already solved the top side and the bottom side, and now we're going to want to look for bars like this of 2 colors together. Not vertical like this, but horizontal bars. Horizontal bars are the only ones that help. So the first case, if we have one on the top and one on the bottom, we hold them in the front and do this algorithm. The next case is if we have 1 bar on the top and no bars on the bottom, we hold the 1 bar on the top in the front and do this algorithm. Alternatively, if the 1 bar was on the bottom and there were no bars anywhere else, we would just flip over and then do the same algorithm. Now, if there are no bars anywhere on the entirety of the cube, we can just do this algorithm. If we see that the entire bottom layer is solved and there are no bars on the top layer, we do this algorithm. Which is the Y-perm, so if you solve the 3x3, you would know. And alternatively, if the entire top side is solved and there's no bars on the bottom, we would flip over and do the same algorithm. Finally, if we see the entire bottom side is solved and we have 1 bar on the top, we hold that bar on the left and do this algorithm. Which is the T-perm from 3x3. So if you solve the 3x3, you should know that one as well. If the entire top side was solved and there was 1 bar on the bottom, we would flip over, holding the bar on the left, and do the same algorithm. Now we're going to do some example solves. I'll put the scramble up on the screen so you can follow along if you want to. So the first things I see are this yellow bar and this orange bar. I didn't notice any other bars around the cube. So I'd probably look at yellow first, and I can see that there's really no good solution for these two. I think the best one I would find is probably this, which is still a good amount of moves. Now I look at orange, and I see that if we inserted this piece, we would have to do the same move in reverse to insert this piece. So we can cancel those moves, and it's a really nice 3-move layer. Next, we know that since red is opposite of orange, we know that red is our top color. See that we have 1 sticker facing up, and the pieces are going in a clockwise direction. So we do the algorithm we learned earlier. And now I see that we have 1 bar on the top and 1 bar on the bottom. So we would put both of them in the front and do the other algorithm we learned earlier. And the cube is solved. Next example scramble, I'll put this one up on the screen as well. So we can see that this scramble actually has no bars, and I usually like to stay away from doing the colors that have 2 opposite pieces on the same side. So what I would look for in this case is the easiest bar to make. So on this one, I would probably go for blue. So we can see that we can attach these 2 together and make this simple bar. And then it is a bit of a longer solution, but we can insert this piece and insert this piece, and we have a layer. Now we know that green is opposite from blue, so green is our top color. We have the 2 stickers facing up, and each of these facing in opposite directions. So we hold this on the right and do the algorithm we learned earlier. And now we can see that we have one bar on the top and no bars anywhere else, so we do the algorithm we learned earlier. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit, so I threw some solves to play in the background. The channel's been growing like crazy, and I'm honestly so appreciative of every single one of you that watches my videos. We've had a few shorts blow up to over 10,000 views, and we hit 100 subs in a week, which is absolutely insane. I didn't catch the exact moment we hit it because I was asleep, so as of recording we're at 109, but I just wanted to say thanks again to each and every single one of you. Also, I'm starting a new mosaic series through my shorts, so if you want to request a mosaic, just go to the comments in the most recent video, and I'll try to make it happen. Alright, that's all I have for right now, so I'll see you guys next week for a Peer Mix tutorial. Until then, peace.